enter RV details. From the home page, select List My Recreational Vehicle Now button. Start by creating an account by selecting the register link shown on the screen. Enter your name, preferred username and password, the latter of which must be repeated to confirm this has been entered correctly. This is followed by entering your email address, which once again must be repeated for validation purposes. Once completed, select the Register button. You can now log on using the username and password you just entered in the previous screen. In the first of two screens, you start by entering the state you are located and the recreational vehicle type. The second screen requests further information about the recreational vehicle and where it will be based. The email address provided here will be the one that is used for booking correspondence. This can be the same email address as the one entered earlier. The geocode address button can be used to retrieve the longitude and latitude information based on the address already entered. Hover over the features icons to determine if these will be provided as part of the recreational vehicle hire. The default description has been provided for you to edit and tailor for your specific needs. Remember that this can be edited at a later stage using the Settings and RV Details menu options, and the description can be changed before the recreational vehicle is published on the website. Finally, a standard recreational vehicle hire agreement is provided that can be manually edited to reflect your own hire conditions. This can be edited at a later stage before the recreational vehicle is published. Update of the hire agreement may be easier if you copy the text into your word processing application, and then when edited paste back into this box. Select the Submit button and your recreational vehicle will be created. Step 2. Enter Rego information. From the Settings menu found at the top of the screen, select the Rego information option. The following screen will be displayed, from which you must enter your recreational vehicle make, model, year and weight. Once the details have been entered, select the Save button at the bottom of the screen. Step 3. Enter number of births. Once again, from the Settings menu found at the top of the screen, select the birth option. From the drop-down menu, you must choose between a 2 birth and 6 plus birth setting. Once done, select the Save button to continue. Step 4. Enter rental tariffs. From the Setting menu, now select the Tariffs option. The first of the fields determines the maximum days rental period. I will come on to the minimum rental period in a short while. The next fields determine the minimum and maximum people. Please remember that 6 plus is anything more than 6 people. The maximum people would normally reflect the number of births in the recreational vehicle, but owners have the ability to override this number. The next collection day of week field controls whether only weekly, or both weekly and daily bookings are catered for. If you only want to accept weekly bookings, then you must select a day, otherwise leave the default of all. If, for example, you want to split bookings into weekends and weekdays, you can use the minimum days field to help control this. Below the Choose whether to set prices or minimum days is a drop-down selection, which by default has set rates selected. If you select this drop-down arrow, and choose the Set Minimum Days option, you will see the header below switch to Set Minimum Days by day of week. Using the previous example, you can control bookings made on the Friday or Monday to a minimum of 3 and 4 days respectively. You simply enter the minimum number of days in the respective day of week input box, and select the Above Day button. This will then change minimum days for the selected days of the week within the entire calendar listed below. You can scroll down the screen to see within the calendar itself where changes have been made to the highlighted boxes. If you only want to set minimum days within a specific time period, you can use the next Set Minimum Days by Date interval selection. Simply enter a start and end date and the minimum days, and then select the button below before this will be applied to the calendar. Alternatively, you can be completely random about what days or periods for which you want to set the minimum number of days. There is complete flexibility within the calendar itself to manually define your own exacting date and days requirements. You can do this by simply manually editing the respective dates within the calendar itself. Please remember, when any of the above values are changed, to select the Save button at the bottom of the page. We now move on to setting the daily rates. Please refer back to the Choose whether to set prices or minimum days drop-down, and ensure the Set Rates is selected. Once again, you can use the Set Rates by day of week to enter the price in the appropriate input box, and select the Above Day button. This will apply this rental amount figure to every corresponding day within the entire calendar. Or you can use the Set Rates by Date interval, and set prices for all dates within a given range. Once again, please remember when any changes are made to select the Save button at the bottom of the page. Upload photos. Start by selecting the Photo Center option. The drop-down indicates you need to upload the main image and slideshow images separately. Start by selecting the recreational vehicle main image drop-down and upload a single photo. Once complete, select the slideshow images drop-down and then select all the required photos. If you want the main image to display in the slideshow images, please remember to reselect. Once completed, you can then review what the photos look like by selecting the Preview menu item. Step 6. Publish recreational vehicle. Once the minimum setup has been completed, you are now ready to activate the recreational vehicle on the website by selecting the Publish menu item. Alternately, if for any reason you want to deactivate the recreational vehicle at any time, you can simply select the Unpublish menu item. Add extras. From the Settings menu found at the top of the screen, select the Extras option. From the screen displayed, select the Edit or New button and the following screen will be displayed. The prices are automatically calculated based on the pricing model used. The name entered here will be displayed on the booking form, which is shown to the customer who wishes to hire the RV. You specify a quantity, price and if the extra is taxable, and whether for selection the checkbox is ticked by default. You then choose the model for how the extra's price is calculated. This is based on either weekly, daily or per booking rates, and the overall price will be automatically calculated based on which of these selections was made. Once again, scroll to the bottom of the screen and select the Save button, which will return you to the previous screen. From here you can also decide on whether any individual extra is unpublished, and not shown as part of the booking options. You can also choose to delete any extras that have been created, which will then be permanently removed from the system. The following shows the result of how the extra example entered is presented to the end customer during the booking of the RV process. Embed video. This video display feature incorporates the embedding of a YouTube video into your advertisement. To do this, you must first create a YouTube account, and then upload your advertisement video. Once these steps are completed, you will be ready to include the video in your advertisement. From the Settings menu found at the top of the screen, select the Embed Video option. From the following screen you must select the Yes button from the enabled selection options. You must enter the full URL of your YouTube video. Please refer to the instruction on this screen for translating the short name to the full URL needed to embed the video. Once again, scroll to the bottom of the screen and select the Save button. Once completed, you can then review your video using the settings and preview selections. Select the Video tab to display the video that will be shown to potential clients. Invoice settings. This option is used to determine the information produced on the invoice that is sent to customers. Start by selecting from the top menu, Settings and then Invoice Settings option. The displayed screen has three tabs, the Recreational Vehicle Owner Invoice Details, GST Settings, and finally what refundable bonds you required. Within the Bond, Refundable tab you enter the amount that will be added to the customer's invoice, and paid to you prior to the start of the hire. The bond will be clearly marked on the invoice as being a refundable item, that is a return to the customer if everything is returned as expected. The GST tab allows you to change the default of no GST, or to select the other option that you are registered for GST. As stated on the screen, all tariff prices entered are displayed to the customer in gross figures. So, if you are registered for GST, there is no need to add tax to the amount charged to the customer. This will be automatically calculated from the rental figure entered in the tariff screen. If the GST selection button is changed, remember to select the Save button. The RV owner invoice details include the business name and number, the bank details and the business address that will be produced on customer invoices. At the bottom of the screen, there is a reminder to update your payment details, which is found in Section 10 of your hire agreement. Before you do this, remember to select the Save button at the top of the screen. Once done, select the Settings and then the RV Details option, to update the hire agreement. Scroll down the screen to the hire agreement, and from here navigate to Section 10. You need to adjust the two paragraphs directly below the Section 10, Payments header, to include your own payment instruction details. Here is an example of how the details entered will be displayed on a customer invoice. For information of how to manage bookings and invoices, please review the next recreational vehicle owner tutorial video.